Gather around, island lovers. It's Demi and Jasmine with your Fire Pit Chat, your daily dose of all things Love Island. If you've been listening to this pod for a while, then you probably know that we are two stress balls that come together with a fiery passion for Love Island. But sometimes we need some zen. When we are looking for something to help us with relaxation and wellness, we look to Woven Earth. Woven Earth is a leader in the CBD wellness and therapeutic hemp industry. Their experts include scientists, doctors, and caregivers that are committed to creating the highest quality hemp products in order to improve more lives. Woven Earth uses organically grown hemp from USA farmers, and they do not rely on chemicals or solvents to extract or refine their CBD. Check them out at www.wovenearth.com/firepitchat15 and use code firepitchat15 for 15% off your entire order. That's www.wovenearth.com/firepitchat15 and get 15% off your entire order. And we need that relaxation.
I can't go a freaking day without CBD.
And I need it really bad because the studios doesn't have AC right now.
And I was wondering if we should like up the fan.
We probably should have. And I'm wearing a sweatshirt, another poor choice. And it's also like record high temps wherever we are. Which I can't specify for legal reasons.
I feel like we already have.
Oh, my phone's over here. Like I'm just like not using my brain lately.
No.
I'm operating on 2%.
Yeah, I agree. But episode 11, I feel like was just kind of like, they gave us 3 good episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They had to give us 1 okay episode just to lead us up. And no, next on, you're going to leave me literally sweating Scott. I am sweating him, dude.
He is so fine.
No, I have to show you this. Literally, look at Scott. And look at Mike.
Pretty similar.
I was literally in the mirror, like to Mike. I'm like, look, so I like this. Like, I'm like, because I was like, oh no, it's getting good. This new bombshell. I had to make him feel better, you know. Like when I started over talking about a bombshell,
right?
I'm like, but he looks just like
he reminds me of you.
Anyway, we'll get to him later. But Ella and Tyreek are. Oh, she's still in the white outfit, which was a banging outfit for her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's just acting a fool. Like she just wants him to be with her.
Yeah.
Without saying that she's literally giving him an ultimatum.
Yeah. I mean, she's like jealous as jealous can be.
I know.
She is one jealous girl.
Catherine was saying like you need to relax, or was it Whitney?
Or
it was like
I can't remember.
You need to stop overreact. Like you need to stop reacting.
I think it was Catherine.
Yeah, someone.
Because that seems like very something Catherine would say.
Yeah, which we haven't seen a lot of Catherine.
No, I feel like she's like too level-headed.
I know.
She doesn't have good...
No, there's no drama.
No. A little bit with Jess, which we can get to that. That was bizarre.
I guess that's next too, but first Sammy says Jess, like he likes Jess's personality. It's a bit of him. But Leah is tasty.
Yeah, Sammy is starting to annoy me.
I think annoying everybody, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so cringe, Sammy. Like, yeah. Get it together.
There was a moment when he was like brushing his hair back in the dressing room where it was like gelled. And I was like, damn.
Okay, Sammy.
This is what I was talking about. But then it like dries curly. And it must be hot because I feel like his humidity with his hair do not mesh well.
Totally. He's got that curly hair. It's not ready for
it like
Spanish heat.
Too.
Yeah.
Spanish heat.
Yeah. No, he was starting to say he was starting to get sexual tension with Jess now. But like we said before, I just don't think boys are capable of the slow burn. So I don't think if he's initially attracted to you sexually and or wants to date you, it's probably not going to grow into that.
That's true.
I think he wants to keep her on the back burner, breadcrumb. I think he likes her enough. Like maybe he wants to like her.
Yeah.
I do think their personalities are a good match, but he's too easily into Leah. You know what I mean? If he really was into Jess, it would be a little bit
pumped
harder.
that Leah's even batting an eye at him. Yeah. That's why.
Mhm.
I don't think he was going to jump ship yet until he knew that she kind of was interested in him.
And he actually said that at the end of the episode when Jess was on her date. He said, I'm not going to like ruin what I have going on unless I know you're into it.
Oh.
In other words.
I don't know. Yeah, he's just...
Which is also just cringe to say to Leah. I kind of feel bad for Leah because everyone's just like, I don't know, like I might want to dip my toe into you, but like I don't want to totally forsake what I have going on because it's safe. Like no one's really giving her a full...
I think the new Bombshell will.
And he should. They would make a fantastic couple.
They really would. Or Charlotte.
Yeah. I could see him with Charlotte too.
I could.
I really do like Charlotte. She's just like cool girl
I really
energy.
like her. I really like her.
Mhm.
I really don't think I'll ever sway too. I just feel like she's literally our age. So that's why we like her.
Yeah, she's
she
a bit of us.
Time for it. She's a bit of us. And then Jess gets called out for the whispers, which I thought was so weird. Like I was very confused at that. Like, did the producers make them do that? I don't really get it because Molly didn't even seem phased at it.
Right. I don't even think Molly noticed that.
Right.
Because she's too focused on Zach and kissing him during the challenge and like her sex poses. Like she wasn't even thinking about that. But for all the girls were clearly talking about Molly because they would show it. And then I thought it was weird that they were like, well, why didn't you say Molly? It seemed like you were whispering behind her back and not saying it to her face. So you would have rather her humiliate Molly during the show, during the game, and like call her out for something, being two-faced? Like, are you trying to keep the peace or not, basically? Because they're trying to act like, let's not have any drama. But why didn't you start drama at the game? Do you know what I mean?
Right, because Whitney did. So was Whitney trying to make herself feel better by being the only one who called out Molly?
Right,
but Catherine was the confusing one. Like, what are you doing here?
I didn't understand that at all. Like, I thought maybe Catherine was trying to stick up for Molly, like Molly feels ganged up on, but Molly hasn't said a word.
Right.
And I'm sure the producers would have shown that, like the whispers of Molly being like, I feel ganged up on. And there was none of that. And I just thought it was super weird because you all obviously think the same thing about Molly. So why are you mad Jess didn't say it?
It was so weird.
Because it's not like Jess is like kissing Molly's ass because Jess does say other things to Molly.
Right.
So why did she need to say it in the game?
Right. And Catherine's like, you obviously feel a certain way. So why aren't you just saying it or something? It's like, what are we doing here?
Well,
Catherine.
Catherine, do you feel that way? And
I thought Catherine and Jess are closer than Catherine and Molly.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, did Catherine want to say it, but she wants to seem like the nice girl, so she wants Jess to say it? Like, Jess already did say it. She just didn't say it in the game because she didn't want to be mean. Why is that bad? Yeah,
I don't know. But then Jess is like, just kind of like,
oh yeah.
I was like, no, I didn't say any bad word. We're like, play the tapes back.
And also she was like, I don't think she's two-faced. I'm like, well, yeah, you do. It's okay. She could have said, I don't really know, but I just didn't feel like that was the right time to say that. Like she could have said something, but then she just got super defensive and upset. And that's also not a good look. But I did kind of feel bad for Jess. I thought that was unfair.
I just thought that was so weird, but clearly like no one cared because then Jess and Catherine and someone else were like in bed.
Yeah.
Like fooling around. But then Medhi and Whitney.
Right. That was interesting.
Yeah, very.
Medhi has a backbone. That's good to know.
I know. I was kind of impressed. Like
I liked that about Medhi.
Me too. And it kind of like, I feel like Whitney kind of needed that. Like,
yeah, Whitney can't have a guy that just lets her walk all over him. Totally. That would be so boring to her. She needs someone that's going to give it back to her. And he did. And he stood his ground.
Yeah.
Even when he apologized, he still was like standing his ground. I liked it.
Me too. I'm here for it. I don't know what is going to happen with them next.
Bad Medhi said, I don't want my girl in like unnecessary drama. I think that was fair. He's like trying to like, keep you level-headed. And
if you were the one that made him cry, then I'm not about that. Like, that's fucking dope.
Right. No one should be making anyone cry at this stage of life. But also he wasn't like trying to hide her shine because that's annoying. Like, I don't think it didn't come from that. He's just trying to like,
he just has
let's all be better
boundaries.
people. And I respect that.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, but you can tell Whitney was kind of upset, which kind of means that she cares.
Which I like that too.
Yeah. But then he like gets up in the middle of their conversation the day and was like, so I'll just come to you next time
you make someone cry, I'll come to you direct. Right. Not good for Medhi.
No.
And I didn't agree with that.
But like spice.
But yeah, Whitney needs a spice.
Yeah, she needed it.
Mhm.
Ella, I was like, Ella is moving mad. Just crazy. She was we already talked about that, but she was just going crazy. Who did that last year where it was like
kind of like acting a little bit.
Like someone was getting so played that they were like it was like moving. They were just stressing. Like Ella is stressing. Like as much as you want to play cool girl, this is almost equally as bad to Molly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then the keepers game, which was so savage, like the slippery path with the big hands. Like, talk about anything less hot.
Seriously. And they give the guys, like, always the sexy. Like, they never make them look goofy.
I know. And when Jess tried to do the fucking flip.
Poor thing.
That is so mean.
So mean.
It is like, no, like me.
Oh.
And mean. But me, because like, oh my God, I told you about the thing where I fell in a hole.
Right.
And it's just like, anytime I'm trying to be impressive, I eat shit. Like, when I was like in literally, I think 5th grade, they were like, how far can you kick? So it's like, how high can you kick? Did I tell you this? Where I was like, okay, boom, kick, flip backward, my head breaks the outlet on the wall in front of the whole class. Like, this is the shit that I ingest, dude. Breaks the outlet. So now I don't do anything. Now I'm like, totally. I am mortified of embarrassment. Like, totally. Embarrassment is my driving like force.
Yeah.
So I rather
keep it in line.
Yeah, like even when I played soccer, like keep me on the bench, like before I fucking make a fool of myself.
I totally see that.
And then hated Molly's twerk.
Yeah,
hated it. Whitney kissing Zach.
Died.
And then she's like wanted to see what all the hype was about. That was so funny.
So funny. And Medhi was a cool boy about it.
Yeah, I think that was just funny.
Honestly, everyone was kissing Zach. And someone said, I don't know who it was, one of the boys was like, he's a busy boy today.
I know. Literally everyone chose Zach.
I mean,
except
is
for like,
Zach that hot?
No, he's just the only one. Wait till his fucking bombshell comes in.
Totally.
Oh, he's gonna get a rude awakening.
I can't wait.
Girls are gonna flock to Scott.
And Scott I like Scott because
I loved his energy too.
Totally. He was cracking up at Jess.
And I'm like, does he like fuck with Jess?
When I tell you I would love that,
he was like, you could be my wife. Like he was.
And he was laughing at everything she said.
I really think he was digging her.
I would be so happy with that.
Me too.
And it would just be like, because as soon as Jess went on that date, Sammy, like the little scurry over,
that.
It was too much.
Yeah, to Leah, but he was faking that he was upset.
Oh yeah, I don't believe that either. But like, just like the second Jess is gone, he's like putting it on Leah so thick. I don't like that.
Leah might just be a hot, boring girl.
Yeah, I think she kind of is.
And then you're just like competing with Jess, who's so fun.
Right.
And I just thought on that date, which I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but first let's talk about Charlotte kissing Zach. And then Whitney goes, it's giving sex. It was. And then I watched the highlight reel on like Instagram, and it was literally
fiery.
Giving sex. It was literally like the start of something more. It was wild. She just needed to get that out.
Totally. She had to get it out of her system.
And then Jess was the sexiest keeper, which means she gets to go on the date with the bombshell. And then she's like making these jokes with Sammy, and she's like, I'll be grabbing his balls.
Love that.
So good.
I laughed out loud.
And now we can talk about Jess and Scott, because I'm obsessed.
I really liked their date. They were easy to talk to, and he was laughing at everything she said. I was so happy with that. And I think
like not in a nice way, like being nice. It was like, and he just kept on making the whack, which I'm guessing is
wife and girlfriend, like
of a soccer player
or
any
sport.
Player.
Like they say with like basketball, okay. They say with like any sport.
Okay. So, and he like kept making that joke to her. Not, she's like, yeah, maybe you will find one. He's like, yeah, maybe it'll be you. Like you'll be the wag or whatever. I just thought, I couldn't figure out if it was like a vibe, but you were picking up on it.
I picked up a vibe. And I hope he doesn't prove me wrong.
I know.
But I don't know. It's just like you never know until they get in the villa. I wish he chose the date.
I wish that they showed a freaking first look, because I am thirsty for it. I need to know what Scott is doing.
I know. And
what
tomorrow's
is he doing
Friday. So what's going to happen on Friday?
Well, then we did get the vote for the favorite girl
yeah,
and boy.
Yeah. Favorite girl and boy. So a girl and a boy are going home, presumably.
Is that usually how it works?
I feel
Both,
like
or is it one?
I don't know. They change it up.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to say my prediction is that could they send 2 people home? I think they could. So my prediction is like obviously the bottom 3 least votes, and then the girls have to save a boy and the boys have to save a girl.
Oh,
I mean vote out.
Okay,
or save.
Who are the bottom 3s?
Okay, I wonder because like I have been really slacking on my Twitter game, so I just don't know what the people are saying. What do you think the Fiat 500 is voting for? Like that's what I don't know. I can't tell. Like, does everyone hate Molly as much as we do, or is it like a Lana and Ron situation?
I mean, when I look on Instagram and Twitter, yeah, no one really likes her.
I think
but then when I see nice comments,
yeah, tell me.
It's from a basic broad.
Right, which is a Fiat.
Right. It's like, where do you find them? In these Facebook groups? I gotta go in them.
Exactly. I need to get a temperature of the Fiat 500. I can't tell what they're thinking.
Okay, what's your ideal?
My ideal bottom is obviously Molly, Mitch.
Okay, let's go girls.
Okay, girls. Molly, Catherine, because she's just a little boring. I like Catherine, but I think she'll be in the bottom.
I don't think she'll be in the bottom because I think actually people like her, but is she likable enough to get voted for their one vote?
That's what I'm saying, because you're voting for your favorite. The favorite's going to be Whitney.
Right.
By a mile.
Literally.
So everyone's using up their votes on Whitney. I think people will like forget about Catherine. I like Catherine. I just think she's going to be like kind of forgotten, and then she'll be in the bottom.
I feel like maybe Leah.
Yeah. Honestly, it could be like
or
Leah and Charlotte.
I know. But I know. I can't tell people. I know. I actually think it might be Charlotte.
Because I think people like Ella. And I do think people like Catherine. I think people like Jess.
Yeah. Oh, Whitney and Jess are top 2.
Yeah. What other girls are there? Is that all of them?
Ella, Whitney, Catherine, Jess, Leah, Charlotte.
We need like a leaderboard.
I know. We should have one where we start and then we just like start taking them off when they leave.
Honestly, it's such a good idea. I can like print. We need like, you know, those little just like a picture of their faces.
Exactly. Like a fashion Polaroid board.
And we just pull them off when they get voted out, and then we stick the bombshells in.
So true.
We should do that.
Yeah, and then
who's in your bottom for girls?
I would say Molly, Catherine. I don't want to say Charlotte, but I don't know if people are voting Charlotte.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know if I would vote her. I mean, I like her. If I had 3 votes, I'd go Whitney, Jess, and Charlotte. I would. I'm going to try to see if I can find like a little thingy.
But they vote one time or they vote only for their one favorite, right?
I think. Or do you get like 10 votes or something?
Oh, yeah. I think you do.
Where is this? Like someone I just saw had like an astrology match. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah. So Catherine, Charlotte, Molly, Whitney, Ella. So yeah, that's it. It's actually not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm not convinced they can get rid of a girl.
Lower bottom would be Mitch, Sammy, Andre?
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think people like the Andre Catherine romance.
They do. But enough to vote your favorite guy alone.
Exactly.
Maybe
who's
Medhi?
The favorite guy?
Like
who would you vote as your favorite guy?
I feel like Twitter would say Ty.
Really?
Just because they like the drama he brings.
Fair.
I think Fiat would say Zach.
Oh yeah, Zach.
Or maybe Mitch. Like, I don't know what you're right. Like, I don't know what they're thinking.
The boys are so dusty.
They really are.
Like, I honestly don't have a favorite boy.
Scott.
Medhi.
Scott and Medhi.
I kind of like Medhi. Yeah,
I do.
I think Medhi's my favorite guy. Yeah.
Scott and Medhi, which.
Mm-hmm. But you can't vote for Scott because he's like exempt.
Right. But Scott.
But I would. Yeah. So Scott, I abstain.
Like, is there an other? Yeah. So.
Okay, so interesting.
Jess also looked fire on that date.
Love that red dress.
And just like everything looked so pretty. That lighting was killer.
Mm-hmm.
and his green shirt with his green eyes. I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, those green eyes
I have like
really
the fanny flutters that I had for Adam Collar. Like I'm not
on Adam's level?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like I'm not kidding you. Like I'm sweating the first look tomorrow.
He has really good potential, and I love that he's just not a boring little hot guy like Zach or Tom from last season. You know what I mean?
Who's Zach or Tom? Zach or Tom?
Zach from this season.
Okay.
Boring and hot.
Oh, Tom.
Tom from Winter.
Right,
boring and
right.
hot. Like this guy seems like he has a
like
sense of humor.
Chat.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I love to see a hot little charming guy. We missed that. Where did that go?
I know.
We haven't seen that forever.
I was in that damn villa, dude.
Totally.
It's like, yeah, because I truly feel like him and Charlotte would go well together because I think she's so genuine. I think looks wise, Scott and Leah would be attractive, but I just feel like Leah's boring and I feel like this guy's fun, but then he could be the guy to go for that kind of girl. I
also think Leah's like too sweet and naive that like she's boring and she's too sweet and naive.
She's like
so the guys
all
feel
here
bad.
for a flirt. Like she's obsessed with flirting.
Yeah, that's true too.
She's like obsessed with flirting.
But didn't you find it interesting when Tyreek said like I have good chat with Leah, but it's hot. It's like stop start. Sometimes it gets awkward. I found that so interesting.
Right, because I think she's just kind of boring. Like I think she's just like hot girl.
Yeah,
lights are on.
But Mr. 100 can find someone awkward. That's just like shocking. Usually those guys just like either don't even notice or so it has to be like kind of really awkward for him to think it's awkward.
It's also like no music, no distractions,
24/7
no clubs. There's no nothing. It's literally you and that.
You're not
person.
drunk.
No,
you're sober. Oh my god,
it's a whole different playing field for this guy.
Totally, that's very true. That's a great point.
Yeah. But who do you think he'll go for, Scott? Do you think Molly will try to go for him?
No, I think she's like obsessed with Zach. But
Part
Zach is starting to
charm.
slip away, I think, from Molly.
Zach is just, he knows he's the hottest guy there. And that's how Molly felt at the time before these two bombshells walked in.
But Molly
and my shirt is stuck to
No,
my back.
I know. I'm literally sweating like a beast right now. I'm like, my skin's probably, I'm already a sweaty, oily girl. Like, if I have upper lip sweat, no, I don't.
do. That's why I keep touching mine.
No, I know I do. And my foot's falling asleep. Like, I'm a hot mess right now. And we're drinking red wine. Like, this is supposed to heat you up. Like, I should have made us like a, whatever. I can't even.
It's okay. Relax.
Yeah, we're fine.
Cool vibes. Cool
Even
vibes.
my dog's locked in here too. And
No,
he's like,
not
he's
okay. Like
dying.
Oh my god, he's like actually might be overheating.
No, I think he's anxious because I think Clark just came inside too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What were we saying though before we just
Molly and Zach?
But Molly didn't get any airtime tonight.
I know.
Not a peep.
Oh yeah, you're
Not
right.
one single word I don't think was spoken by her.
I was like watching her while other people were kissing Zach, and her face was like, everyone was like, after Whitney's like, it's giving sex, everyone laughed, and her face was like, literally watching that.
If she does go
She's
for
too
the new
sketchy
guy,
like that, you're too much. Ew. Dude, I feel you, bro.
If she does grow, yeah, no, my dog's like literally nudging the handle, like, let me out of here.
Whatever, this episode's basically done.
Okay, let's call it so we can.
Did you have more to add?
No.
We're all gonna be passed out from a heat stroke in this fucking room because we had the lights too. Like,
no, it's so bad, and there's just like no circulation.
Yeah, it's tough. I have to read this off because I don't actually even know what the words are. Okay, guys, thank you all for listening to Fire Pit Chat, your daily dose of all things Love Island. I'm your host, Demi, and this is Jasmine, and we appreciate you listening. Or if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review and share with your fellow island lover, and we'll see you tomorrow. When you read something off the script, it's like the sweat
is clouding your eyes.
Oh my God, it's just like, but it's more intense.
Yeah.
Because you're reading.
Right. You have to focus on something. So then you're just,
not
all you're thinking,
okay.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, see ya.